Right, so your body's feeling a bit soft, wee beer belly maybe, gut, maybe just lost your general shape. You're going to the gym, you're eating alright, or at least you think you are, but nothing's changing, right? You're a bit stuck. Today, I'm going to give you the exact 5-step system that I use with every single client I take on. And if you're not doing all 5 of these consistently, that is why the needle's not moving. Let's get into it. Step 1, sort your calories out. And I don't mean have a guess at them, I mean actually know what you're putting in your body. Because here's what I see almost every single time. A guy may come to me telling me he's eating like 1800 calories and he's no losing any weight. But when we dig into it, he's no really pre-tracking, logging food after he's eating it. He's not weighing anything and kind of estimating portions. So see that 1800 calories, that's probably sitting close to like 2,400 and 3,500 on a Saturday and Sunday. Then genuinely can't understand why nothing's happening. That is why I start every new client with what I frame as an assessment week. I set the targets, but I give a bit of leeway in that first week and use it to collect data, not to be perfect from day one. I want to see what their body's actually doing before I start pulling any levers. And speaking of data, this is where the scale comes in. Stand on that scale every single morning, make it a habit, fasted first thing after you've been to the toilet and before food and before any coffee. I collect that number daily from every client and never make a decision off of one reading. I'm looking at a trend across the full week. Body weight moves daily, bad sleep, meal out, stress, hydration, all of it shifts to scale. What matters is the weekly average is trending in the right direction. Takes 5 seconds, tells you everything over time. It's no estimated, it's no guessed, and it's tracked properly. Step 2, hit your protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight every single day. Training day, rest day, cutting, bulking, the target stays the same. It protects your muscle in a deficit, drives growth in a surplus. It's got that thermic effect, and it's the least likely macronutrient out of the 3 proteins, fats and carbs to be stored as fat. Always remember that one. Maybe you're watching this right now, if you are not tracking, you're probably realistically not hitting anywhere near that target. I track this with every single client every single day, and it's one of the first things I look at when a check-in lands on my desk. Quick wee bonus, by the way, before we carry on. No step, just a dead simple add-on that costs next to nothing. Take creatine, right? Creatine monohydrate, take 5 grams per day. Doesn't matter when, morning, night, pre or post training, makes no difference. It is literally the most researched supplement on the market. It's cheap and it works. It's going to help you retain strength in a deficit, push harder in your sessions and recover better. By the way, you don't need to load it or you don't need a fancy brand, just 5 grams a day, creatine monohydrate, that's you. Step 3, weekends. Try to stop letting the people around you at the weekend undo everything you've built Monday to Friday. This is a bit more of a difficult one. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, by the way. Absolutely go for a meal like with your missus, have a couple of beers with your mates. That's part of life, but there is quite a big difference between enjoying your weekend and then letting it become a full 3-day bender right off. If you can shift from on it Monday to Friday, off Saturday, Sunday, to like 100% Monday to Friday, 80% Saturday, Sunday, that is when you will notice a real change. Get comfortable making your own choices without feeling like you need to explain yourself to everyone in the room. Don't undo your week at the end of it. Step 4, sleep. 7 hours minimum every single night. I track sleep quality and volume with every client daily as well. When sleep drops, energy drops, hunger goes up, cravings go through the roof, training takes a hit, body weight sits higher as well. I know what some of you are thinking, maybe if you've got young kids up in the night, by the way, there's no control over that. That is actually a real exception and I understand that completely. But for everybody else, for the rest of us who don't have wee ones, you're not getting to bed until 1 AM, maybe like if you're watching Netflix, you're scrolling your phone, TikTok, that is then your choice and something that you can definitely fix. Step 5, training, because without it you will literally always look soft. And by the way, that's not just turning up to the gym and going into the gym, moving some machines about and doing what you fancy. You need a program with real structure. A good base point program is a 4-day push, pull, legs, upper body split. Upper body gets hits twice, chest, back, shoulders, arms, recover faster, respond well to the higher frequency. Legs once, if you're training them hard enough, to be honest, once is sufficient for legs, I would say, for most people. But what matters more than this actual split itself is the progressive overload. Now, I know that may sound cliche, you need to apply progressive overload, blah, 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 but it's true, right? Every session you're trying to improve on what you did last time. More weight, more reps, better execution. Once you can hit the top of that rep range comfortably, add a little more weight and then work back up the rep range. By the way, I would always advise training to rep ranges, not rep targets. So basically avoiding training to like 3 sets of 8 or 4 sets of 10. Always train to a range, for example, 6 to 10. So you get strong at that weight up to the top of the rep range and then you increase it, and then you'll go back down to the bottom of the range and work up. Aim for 25 to 50% roughly, right? Roughly of your lifts progressing in a given week, and you're flying. It doesn't need to be crazy 75 to 100% each week of your lifts. In fact, to be honest, that's probably actually quite unrealistic. Training intensity as well. So I see a lot of people kind of just going through the motions, going into the gym, turning the cogs every session, comfortable-ish the whole way through, and then you're wondering, oh, how am I not getting any results for going to the gym? It's because you need to be pushing those sessions hard. No getting sloppy, obviously, with your technique, but really pressing those weights up hard and pushing for those PRs on your key lifts. Okay, to summarise, 5 steps. Sort your calories out and track that scale weight every single morning. Hit your protein, 1 gram per pound. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Every single day. Try and stop letting the weekends undo everything that you've worked hard for Monday to Friday. Remember that 80% rule. Get your 7 hours sleep as a priority, even just most of the time. No, every day is going to be perfect. Follow an actual training structure and push your sessions hard. If you can do all these 5 consistently, you will start to see genuine changes to your body in a matter of weeks. Now, if you want me to do all of this with you and get yourself an incredible result this year, like the life-changing transformations you can see on screen right now, the link to work with me one-to-one is in the description. Take 60 seconds to complete it. Drop a wee like if you found the video helpful, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Plenty more content coming your way, and I'll catch you in the next one.